From the same studio that brought you this year's incredible live-action Snow White comes a new live-action remake of one of their animated classics. Was this one better? Well, let's discuss it. Hi there, my name is Bob and welcome to Was It Good? Today we're going to be talking about the new live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. Now, this review is going to be spoiler-free, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, you don't need to worry about any spoilers, but this is a remake, so a lot of people already know the story. Now, if you've seen the movie already, why don't you go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was a good remake? Do you think it was even needed? Really like to know what your thoughts were. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and support the channel by hitting subscribe. Let's get to it. In Disney's live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch, a fugitive alien helps a lonely Hawaiian girl named Lilo mend her broken family. Disney hasn't had a good track record lately when it comes to these live-action remakes. In fact, a lot of times I need some courage just to go see them.
I need a drink.
But I was interested in this one as I liked the original Lilo and Stitch, and I enjoyed the trailer for this. It really made it look like this would be a good time at the movies. So, is this one of the better Disney remakes?
Let us pray.
First off, I'm going to start with Stitch. Stitch actually feels like Stitch. He looks like the character and he acts like the character. And I think that that's pretty important because if you're going to do a live action remake, you want it to feel like the character that you remember. And when you go to see this, you want to see him doing two things. You want to see him being cute and tearing everything up. In addition to being a menace, it's also important that he has some fun interactions with Lilo. They have some humorous moments together, and at the same time, I think they do a pretty good job with the heartfelt moments between the two. So I thought they did a good job with this character, and having the original voice actor back in the role was a plus for me. Speaking of roles, I think they did an excellent job in the casting of the two lead actresses in this film. Both the actresses who played Nani and Lilo did an excellent job in this film. I really enjoyed their interactions with each other, as well as their interactions with other characters throughout the film. So the casting of the two leads was really good in this movie. Now, when it comes to a live action remake, you run into a couple of issues. The first thing is that you don't make any changes and it's just called lazy. Or you end up making too many changes and you end up making everybody mad. Now, I think the filmmakers find a balance between the two as there were several changes, some of which were okay. Others, I'll comment on in a moment. But it kept the film fresh for me by having some of those changes. And at the same time, they still had those same iconic moments that I remember from the original classic. So I think that they did a good job finding a balance between the two. Now, when it comes to the music, it's also important that they nail the score. And I think they did a pretty good job with that as well, as the original score is pretty close to the animated classic. And then you also have the music from the man himself. So with having the music of Elvis Presley, a great score, excellent lead actresses, and a Stitch the way that I wanted him to be, there was actually a lot to like here. Now, there are several negatives that I want to point out, and the first one involves some of the changes that were made to the film. Even though I mentioned that having some of those changes kept it fresh, that wasn't necessarily a good thing. Some of these changes just took the story in a different direction that I didn't particularly like. Also, where they took one of the characters I wasn't a big fan of. So not all of the changes landed for me. Next, some of the casting choices were kind of weird. First off is the character of Jumba. He's played by Zach Galifianakis.
This isn't the real Caesar's palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
I don't think his voice meshed with the character, and to be honest, it was hard not to see him as Alan from The Hangover, so he didn't really work for me in that role. Also, the casting of Cobra Bubbles was kind of strange. They casted Courtney B. Vance instead of Ving Rhames, who actually voiced the character and looks like the character from the original classic. So I don't really understand that casting choice. And if you couldn't get Ving Rhames to play the role, you could have gotten somebody else. Now, I don't know if Terry Crews was offered the role or not, but if he was and turned it down, there was a way to fix that. And this isn't a knock on Courtney B. Vance because I actually think he's a pretty good actor, but he just didn't look the part for me, so I think they could have done a better job with the casting of that character. Now, the biggest problem with this film, along with the other Disney live-action remakes, is they just cannot recapture that lightning in a bottle that they had the first time with the original animated classic. It's hard to do what was already done before and get the same response from an audience. It's just not going to happen. You could have the best cast in the world and updated storylines, and it's just not going to get there. In fact, a lot of these just feel like cash grabs. Now, this one actually has some good heartfelt moments and some humorous ones, but it never gets up to the level of the original film. Real quick before I get into my final thoughts, just a quick reminder to go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel. Maybe I've reviewed something that you're interested in or something that you've seen already and you'd like to let me know what you thought about it. Also, for those that are interested, I do have another YouTube channel with a couple of my friends where we put on a show called Dad's Turn to Talk. This is an opportunity for three dads to get together and talk about the things that we want to talk about, including movies, sports, pop culture, and have a little bit of fun at each other's expense. The link to that channel will be in the description below. Final thoughts. Was it good? I thought this was one of the better Disney remakes out there, and it was enjoyable. It didn't feel like a cash grab to me or a lazy remake, and overall, I had a good time with it. Like I said, Stitch felt like Stitch, and I enjoy the interactions between Lilo, Stitch, Nani, all of them. I thought it was a good time. Now, does it recapture what the original did? No, it does not. But at the end of the day, I thought it was a good time, and if you have kids, I think they'll enjoy this one. Now, if you're still watching this long, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.